Should probably introduce the scene. So, just got back, not just, 2 days ago I got back from the Summer Shredding Classic out in Houston, Texas. Christian Guzman and Ashley Dreyer put on an amazing event. Ashley really runs shit. Christian is obviously the face and he created it, but what an amazing event, I'll be honest. Side note, I've been competing now since 1995 and I've been judging since 2008. I've never been to a show besides the Arnold Classic, besides the Olympia, that was just as entertaining as it was inspiring for the competitor aspect of it. Just entertainment value, just production value, high level, awesome job, being completely honest. So yeah, so that was that. And going back out in November for the championships, which I'm looking forward to. And you know, whenever I come back from a bodybuilding event, that's like, I grew up on a bodybuilding stage, I feel like. That's where my heart is. I love training, I love personal training, I love training general population. But for me personally, I love that environment because it's so relatable to me. I love being on stage. And not because of the trophies, because I've lost more than I've won. Obviously you train to compete, you train to win, but the process of getting there is really what I feel most attracted to. The discipline, the waking up, going to the gym early before anybody gets out of bed, before anybody's awake, dark, quiet on the streets, and you're heading to the gym, packing your meals, knowing your meals for the day, going to bed early, getting good sleep, nutrition, all the things that go into competing are more important for me than the actual stage presentation. That's fun, that's cool. That's like a highlight reel, but really the grind leading up to it, I shouldn't even say grind because I really enjoy it, but the process of getting there. So I'm back in it, man. It's been trying to juggle fatherhood, entrepreneurship, and personal fitness journey is not easy. And I can totally relate to people now who just let themselves go, so to speak, and they put their self and their own health on the back burner because of all the other things that rank higher as far as priority. That said, you can't pour from an empty cup, and I'm a preacher of that, and I've been teaching my clients that for years, decades. And you can hear it in my voice, actually. I'm a little bit like, it's been a rough kind of couple months for sleep. Bambino's not really sleeping the best at night, and just stress and juggling all these things. I feel like I've been neglecting my personal journey, and how can I be preaching without practicing? So this is, again, another day one that I'm starting getting back. I've been consistent probably 2 to 3 weeks now, but last week was a little bit less consistent because we had a grand reopening here, a grand rebrand in Lifted, and just staying up late, getting up early and not committing to my personal fitness. I don't like how I'm looking and feeling. And yeah, I'm back in it. I'm doing a full body split now because I feel like it's the most efficient, most bang for my buck. If I have 40 minutes, I want to do full body. I don't want to spend it on chest or back because I want to make sure I'm getting my full body in. And if I do that 3 or 4 times a week, I'll hit each body part twice, potentially, and that'll be plenty for me right now in maintenance level. And I feel like that's something that people don't even consider, the maintenance part of it. They want to get to their goal as quickly as possible, and they don't think about maintaining it. And that's why a lot of people, most people who lose weight and get to their goal weight always gain it back, because the maintenance aspect, it is the boring shit that you're doing after you're chasing that endorphin of the next win, the next weight loss on the scale, or the next PR with the weights. But maintaining is just as hard, if not more challenging, than actually getting to your goal. And I have some advice for that, and I'll share it after this set. keeping my reps. I did squats at my first exercise. And now I'm doing some overhead press with some farmer's carry. I'll complete the full body. If I have time, I'll throw some biceps in there. If not, I'll do them later, or I'll do them tomorrow. So, maintaining a goal weight or maintaining your fitness level is the most challenging, I feel, because of the same things that got you to that goal are going to be the same things that keep you there. And you can, vary it up, reps and sets, change up the exercises, but the same things that got you there are going to be the same things that keep you there. The issue I think most people have is that it's not as exciting anymore. You get bored, and I know personal experience with certain things. My ADHD kind of like gets a stronghold, and I just shiny object and I bounce, and I don't complete my tasks because I'm looking for that dopamine hit. But with fitness, it's different for me because I know certain exercises are going to work, and I'll change it up as far as what exercises I do in a workout, but I don't really change up the exercises that I do too often. I'll add stuff if I advance, of course. I'll try to push the limits with progressions, but really, for the most part, I'm doing the same exercises I did 30 years ago, with better form, with better intention, with better mind-muscle connection, meaning I'm able to get the muscle activation quicker because I'm more in tune with the exercise and how to activate my muscles for that particular exercise, which is a skill all in of itself. That's the art. I feel like that gets slipped away or gets missed with all this. Especially now, there's a bunch of science out there, which is great. Science is great. We need science, obviously. But the art of working out and the art of fitness is something that has gotten lost because everybody's looking for the perfect program, the perfect workout, the perfect exercise, or this exercise is better, this exercise is the worst, this is the best. I think it's all bullshit. I think there's better exercises that you can do, but I don't think there's one that outranks another, or is the best or is the worst. Of course, there's better exercises that you can do that are fitting your fitness level. There's certain exercises that you should never be doing if you have injuries or if you have certain things that are restricting your form and your range of motion. There's certain things you should never be doing. But if the influencer says this is the best exercise, you want to do it because you're listening to that influencer. But what we do here is personal training, which is more about finding the best exercise for you at your current fitness level, and then advancing it from there. And I think that's the art. That's the art of it, right? There's exercise science, and then there's exercises that fit in that category of exercise science that you should be doing or shouldn't be doing, depending on your fitness level. And that's objective too, or subjective, depending on who your coach is. Time we got. I need to go heavier. Oh yeah. I would like to get back on stage next year. Competing for me is about the commitment and the discipline. Sure, I want to win, and I compete to be the best that I can be. We went to Alpha Land on Sunday after the competition this weekend. And I don't know how many competitors we spoke to, but there was a long ass line. I got there like 10:30 and I left at like 4-ish. So about 6 hours, besides a couple bathroom breaks, I sat there and gave feedback to all the competitors, which is the coolest part, by the way. The competitors who wanted to learn how to get better, and they asked me for my opinion. The judges, right, were judging them. And one of the biggest pieces of feedback I gave, the most consistent pieces of feedback I gave, pieces of advice, was focus on your personal journey. And I know that sounds very cliche lately. Everybody talks about it. It used to be no pain, no gain, win at all costs. And now it's 2024 and it's your personal journey. And it's true. It's always been that way for me. I shouldn't say always. I've lost a couple times and I was really bitter about it. But then I took an honest look at myself and realized that I took my placing for a reason. I never thought I got screwed. I always felt like I was fairly judged because there's 7 judges judging you. And it's so subjective. And there's different people every competition you go in, right? You don't know who's going to show up. So when people are frustrated at the first or second show, I just kind of I want to roll my eyes, but I want to be respectful and say, dude, you're going to lose way more than you win. Unless you're a freak anomaly who wins every competition that you're in, which they're out there for sure. But for the most part, the masses, you're going to lose way more than you win. That's a hard pill to swallow. So my advice was compare your photos every 3 months or so, every 6 months, every competition. Look at your photo, your personal photos. And that way you'll be able to have a healthy relationship with the sport, have a healthy relationship with fitness. If not, if you're always comparing yourself to, especially nowadays social media, if you're always comparing yourself to somebody who's out there, you're never really going to feel fulfilled, because there's always somebody bigger, stronger, better looking, better body, making more money. There's always, no matter what level you're at, there's always somebody out there. So that said, my advice would be focus on your personal journey, look at photos, and make sure you can make adjustments along the way. That's where you can take the healthy aspects of this bodybuilding or fitness journey and use them for every other area of your life. The resilience, the sacrifice, the discipline, the commitment, those are all the qualities you take away, not the first, second, or third place, because who knows who's going to show up and who knows what the judges are going to see, so you can't really focus on that. So that's why it's a weird sport. If it was the Olympics, we can go to the film, we can see who crosses that finish line first. Bodybuilding, in between pre-judging and night show, you should hear the judges talk. And it's like, I had this person in first. Whoa, I had him in second. I had him in third. And it's wild, because you can see where the judges, what they saw and how they fit you into the criteria that we're supposed to be judging on. It varies quite a bit. So don't put all your success into the judges' feedback, is what I will say. Take it with a grain of salt, and then keep on trying to get better. And ultimately, always try to build muscle, standard. So if people ask me, how can I improve? Build more muscle. Build more muscle. Oh, you're always looking to build more muscle. You can never go wrong with too much. You can never have too much muscle, number one. As far as conditioning goes, I would say sacrifice some of your size for your conditioning. The conditioned guy is always going to get placed or pulled higher. In my book, my judging standpoint, I'm always going to pull the more lean guy, unless he's super skinny and he has no muscle. So you need muscle first and foremost. But if you're trying to be bigger to fit into a group with guys who are bigger, and you're sacrificing your condition, it's going to hurt. Always come in lean. If you think that you could lose a couple pounds, lose a couple pounds. And then obviously have somebody who knows what they're talking about look at you and give you advice, because it's hard to look at yourself objectively. A lot of times you're thinking that you're either bigger than you are, or that you're leaner than you are. So have somebody else who you trust give you some honest feedback. Honest feedback, not butter you up and tell you what you want to hear, but give you some honest, raw feedback. That's what's going to make you better, and not, general advice about, making you feel good about yourself. Although you should feel good about yourself, but you should also have a raw, honest feedback. Still recording? Oh yeah, let's go. Just want to get some weigh myself tomorrow. Let's see where I'm at. Ooh, brother, what have you done? Just pretty honest and raw right here. So I'll be 47 in a month, literally. I'll weigh myself tomorrow morning. I'll document it, but I'd love to be down to 195 before my birthday. Head into my 47th year with some piss and vinegar, but this is 46 3/4. Ha! Believe in yourself, trust the process, practice patience. I'm talking to you, Monetti, and you if you're listening. Believe in yourself, trust the process, practice patience. Give me some time. Give me some time with this. Follow along. I'm getting shredded again. Whew, let's go.